Good afternoon and welcome back to FMG Stadium, Waikato. Just seen a very great, tense final in Division 2 between Hamilton Old Boys winning that one. The Guzzlers 15 over Raglan 14. It was a very interesting end, but Old Boys managed to get through. My name's Bevin, Jenkinson. Great to have you wherever you are tuning in. Michael Winter, current Waikato referee, and in the union joining me. G'day, Mike.
G'day, Bev. Thanks for having me.
Again.
Yeah.
You did such a great job the first time, mate.
Well, I can't have been that bad if I've been invited back, so looking forward to this. I reckon this is going to be an absolute cracking game, this one.
It's my pick of the three.
Yeah.
It was earlier on, even though we've had a great Division 2 final. This one could go either way. I had a couple of people that said they reckon Tech would win it because they've travelled across the road rather than Otoronga's hour. Looks as though Dylan Collier is going to get us underway. New Zealand Sevens representative. Also played his Blazer game last week for Otorohanga. Is that Dylan?
He's playing in the number 13 jersey. So,
No,
otherwise
it's not actually Dylan Collier. It's,
yeah.
I've just seen Dylan Collier.
I'd say it's probably
outside him.
Rikey Willison.
Rikey Willison, it is. Yep. As kick-off now goes down towards the 22, and Fraser Tech will settle it down. Credence Harrison being called into the squad. Liam Coombs fabling a late scratching. Who's the referee today, Mike?
Referee's Josh Bull, and then we've got Nico Fox AR on this side, and Ben Wallerton's over on the far side helping out Josh today, so it's a good crew.
Yeah, well, Nico's backing up from the Division 2 final as well, so his legs will be reasonably warm.
Yeah, he'll be nice and warm, ready to go. Just helping reduce a bit of numbers through the stadium. But these boys are going to be good.
Yeah, for Otorohanga with a good run from Douglas Clapcott. 10 metres short of the 22. Fraser Tech territory. Now for Viliami Siusu. Tech not committing too many numbers to the ruck at the moment. Clapcott with his second run of the match. Comes out right through the backs. There for James Hamada. Going backwards a little bit as Otorohanga. Going back about 10 metres. Now Ted Toroa in the back line. Wearing the number 3. And still going left hand side. It's through Stacey Daniel. And cleaned up there by Tiamu Wilbur. And still going backwards as Otorohanga currently, as one of the Fraser Tech players comes out of his line. There for Stacey Daniel. And still inside their own territory is Otorohanga. Cortez Ratama playing halfback again today.
Good ball.
And there's a great ball right hand side for Remawai. There's a quick ball at the moment for Otorohanga. Made some good metres on that little break there from Remawai. Now they've got a penalty advantage coming up. And now Ted Toroa on the 22, and they'll come back. And what's the call here, Mike?
I think he's got a Fraser Tech player for going, over off his feet, not supporting his body weight. So that first man in there's got to stay up on his feet.
It's one of the most common penalties at ruck time, isn't it? First player just not being able to stay up.
Yeah, they just arrive a little bit too quick and a bit too keen sometimes, but that's all right. Otorohanga maintained position there pretty well, I thought. They went back probably a good 20-30 metres at one stage, but
They were certainly on the back foot.
they were. Fraser Tech are a very good defensive side. They don't really commit too many numbers to their breakdowns. It's something that I know they've worked hard on with these new breakdown interpretations. So you'll notice probably throughout this match they'll commit little numbers to these breakdowns unless they've got a real good chance of winning a turnover where they'll flood that. Otherwise, I think you'll find Fraser Tech will just fan out and D up.
First chance here for Rikey Willison to put some points on the board for Otorohanga. Great to have you wherever you are tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're supporting. Always great to see the comments. Can't always get around to them at the time of live stream. They are noticed Two goes through them at the end of the day. Wilson comes in, strikes it. It's hanging up a little bit, but it's through the middle. Otorohanga get their first points on the board, 3-0. Just about 4 minutes gone, first half. It is a big shindig. Hopefully we'll be able to play next week. Never know with the COVID regulations. But Waikato Brewery Shield final coming next week. This is semi-final number 1 coming up at 3 o'clock. Hautapu will be playing Melville. And the winner of that will play the winner of this one. Now the kick's gone down towards the 22. Taken there. Otorohanga just outside the 22. Looking to kick ball in hand at the moment. Oh, there's a good tackle on Anthony Wise. There now for Willison. Kick down. Hasn't found touch though. And back to Hamilton. And it's a forward pass. And Vance Tafari being able to find, just getting that forward pass, they might just. Fraser Tech weren't looking too bad with ball in hand.
Yeah, I really thought that was a good option to come back down this this short side. But good call by the match officials. It was a bit of a full pass. First scrum of the game, so this will be interesting to see how the two teams match up at scrum time.
As Otorohanga win the scrum. And now comes out right hand side. Oh, there's a man waiting there from Fraser Tech. Up over the halfway line now is Otorohanga. And it's Retima that goes on a run. There's a penalty advantage for Otorohanga. They've got the ball in hand at the moment. Anthony Wise, another run from him.
Yeah, he'll run all day, Anthony Wise.
Typical number 6 though.
Yeah.
Back to him again. Just caught on still on the halfway line, but they'll come back for the penalty. Yeah, high tackle is the call. And Mike, just with the tackling, you're pretty strict on it, aren't you? Anything that just creeps up above the shoulder line, it's dangerous territory.
Yeah, it is that risk and reward of tackling up high, and there's obviously those new interpretations around player safety. So referees do tend to take a bit of a more of a cautious approach. Anything that's remotely high, we do tend to get the advantage out there for those tackles.
Great to see, and good afternoon to Otorohanga. I've just been sent a post from Amanda Kitty. Thanks, Amanda, for sharing that of everyone watching at the club rooms. Great to see people tuning into the live stream. Unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, we can't have crowds here. But at least we can bring you the live stream. Just got a bit tripped up there actually, Mike, because Amanda's sending me a message. Can you send it out as I'm reading it out?
No, it's a good turnout down there at the Island Reserve, so hopefully the boys here can put on a good display for them, and no doubt everyone back in Otorohanga are going to be proud of them anyway. But
yes, Secretary Cathcart, make sure Jack Devane knows that it's being live streamed and I'm commentating. Jack knows me through cricket. As the penalty is over the black dot. Otorohanga is settling things down at the moment, Mike. It is finals footy, isn't it?
yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're just taking those opportunities, ticking along the old scoreboard there. Fortunately, Tech just really haven't had any possession yet, so let's see what happens when they do get the ball.
Actually, Raglan did this in the Division 2 final, didn't they? They managed to start off quite well Didn't manage to convert the points, but played the possession and territory game against Old Boys.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, unfortunately, their scrum just sort of couldn't quite hold up
Couldn't
for the
stand
480. Yeah. But again, Otorohanga here maintaining position well. Probably look to clear soon.
Back in the pocket for Cortez Ratima. Kicks it down for Fraser Tech. There's a couple of bit of pushing and shoving off the ball, but play on's the call. And yeah, now there's an advantage. Is that for the push, Mike? Or, yep, I think so.
Hands
hands on the ruck,
so.
sorry. Yep, looked as though he was given the push signal, but no. Good to see a few of the union staff doing the ball boy duties as well, Mike.
Yeah, no, it's good. It makes for a cool day, we obviously spend a lot of time together at work in the office, but it's always good to get out in the sunshine and spend some time together at Code. And I just did a little bit of that in the first game myself, which is good. But yeah, it's cool just hanging out and watching some good footy on a cracking day.
Yeah, comes right hand side for
Good and top
Fraser
pass.
Tech. And 5 minutes short of the 22 now. Left inside, and Prudence Harrison tipping through. So chasing from Jordan Bunce. Dylan Collier's got it covered though. He'll know which way the ball will bounce. And Jordan Bunce has been called offside in front of the kicker. And just having to do some shuffling as we realise there, Mike, that Otorohanga team list is not quite correct.
Right.
So I do apologise if we have been calling the incorrect player. We've got the right team list. Thanks, Joel, for doing that. Yeah, I know from my conversations during the week for talking to Joel that there's been a lot of hard work done by the union, everyone in the union, to get today up and going and making sure there is rugby. No crowds, unfortunately, but that is the situation we live in currently. It's not a situation anybody wants to be in, but safety first.
Yeah, it's far from ideal, but we are very fortunate to be able to at least have these 3 games today. There's a lot of places around that have no rugby, so we are very lucky in that regards, Bev.
So come back for the Otorohanga penalty. I think Josh Bull just talking to the players, captains, just to set things down, make sure the rest of the next 70 minutes is tidy. I don't think Paul Martin had to move to collect that ball there. He's playing ball boy there on the far side, but he didn't have to. Ball came bouncing along to him. Otorohanga, Tom Snowden with the throw, and down the back, Fraser Tech will clean this up.
Here you go. Here's a go. Oh.
And the ball is just bouncing all over the place. And there's an advantage. And I think that was Dylan Collier that's come through and forced that one. And one thing I've noticed too about something I've noticed about this season, Mike, and you would know more than this because you as a referee, but the lineouts haven't been that tight at Premier Club Rugby this season.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of a hit or miss sort of thing, isn't it? It's probably an area that teams would like to do a little bit more better in, but I'm sure they work on it pretty hard. And I guess the uncontrollable is what the defensive team does, eh? So if they put a man up, there'll be a bit more pressure than what you have.
And if they get in front.
Yeah, exactly right. So a bit of luck.
I was filming for Fiji Sevens this year, before the HSBC Sevens tournament here in January. It was actually amazing. I was actually quite surprised at how much time they put into their lineouts as well.
Yeah.
In the shortened game.
Yeah, it's just a great platform for them to have a strike move from, isn't it? If they can win that ball, they can have 100% control of what happens.
Well, it looks as though Otorohanga are getting some support from Raglan. Mark Dempsey shouting out there. Raglan is supporting Otorohanga. Tell you what though, the Raglan boys won't be too disappointed. They'll be disappointed they lost that final, but boy, it's a brilliant one. Great one to call. Scrum now for Otorohanga, and Fraser taking one a penalty. And dropping the bind, Mike, maybe?
Yeah, I think so, by the looks of it, yeah. I can't see which number Josh has signalled out there, but yeah, he's got someone for binding on the arm or collapsing the bind there.
I think that might have been Ted Tyro. I've got a funny feeling it was this side,
Yeah.
near side that's done it. And Tech finding the line, finding the sideline. Here's Otorohanga have got one against the throw. Cleaned up there by Tamaki Kopa. Just outside the 22 currently, Otorohanga. Go with the small numbers, one runner off. Now back to the number 10. There's a good raking kick. But manages to find Eppley Gunnerville. And Lansdowne running it back now. And met by a couple of Otorohanga players. Trying to hold him up though. And it's a tackle. And ball's popped out. There's Jenkinson cleaning up the ball there. Pick and go from Fraser Tech, just short of the halfway line. Advantage being played Tech's way. I'm sure that will be a penalty. That's going to be again. And Tech just can't get out of their half at the moment.
Yeah, they're still maintaining their position well though, aren't they?
Yeah, well, the main thing is you got to hold on to it.
That's a
It's
good
least we
tackle
care to
there.
do that. Yeah, it's a big driving tackle, but they'll come back to the penalty.
Number 1, Rock Rolling was the call from Josh.
Yeah, Hariti Petit is the player that's been penalised there. Bulla to you, Francis Wise, tuning in from Fiji. Good afternoon to you too, also tuning in from Auckland, Caleb O'Brien. No, there's no rugby up there this weekend, unfortunately. But yeah, we could go on all day about what COVID's done.
Well, I'll be glad that we've got Anthony Wise's number right now, so then we can actually give him credit
Yes.
when he does have the ball, rather than so our friends over in Fiji, don't worry, we've got that sorted.
It's actually Douglas Capcott that's been doing the running there. Originally we had Anthony Wise in 6.
Wisey's just working hard off the ball like he always does.
As a good lock should.
Yeah, here we go. So Tech's now building a couple of phases here and looking pretty sharp on attack.
I'm trying hunting for this though, but yeah, they won the penalty. It was coming. Otorohanga player there first and pretty quick over it. Must say too, Mike, from a past referee and an observer, it was really good to see Josh just checking to make sure of that. I know sometimes you can be pretty, as a referee, you can be pretty quick on those ones. But I mean, as long as you're consistent, isn't it? It's what everybody wants.
Yeah, 100%. That's the main word, isn't it? Consistency. Everyone just wants consistency from our refs, and he's started
job,
well. Yeah.
Peter Neely with the throw, and pretty untidy, but
Good ball.
Fatima has it. Now it's coming out right hand side there to Gunnerville, making a couple of runs. Being flicked inside. There's some numbers here for Otorohanga, and he's got round another one. Can he get there? Yes, he will. Otorohanga in. Got a number, Brad?
What a great try, gone wide. Couple of little line breaks while the Fraser Tech boys are scrambling back, and that's a fantastic try.
It was just great use of the ball.
Yeah.
Just ball beating, man. Support players there. Nice use of the feet. And unfortunately, we just can't quite grab a number off that. But it was a very well worked try, and Otorohanga, it is all-way one-way traffic to them at the moment. Rocky Willison sets up this conversion 5 metres to the left-hand uprights.
I've got a feeling it might have been Cortez that scored that.
He had a half-back's run almost, didn't it, at the end?
Yeah, sorry, Otorohanga, not quite sure on exact number.
I don't think it'll really matter to them as long as it goes in.
We can't find out though, because we'll just ask someone down on the ground.
And the conversion is successful.
Yeah, so we got confirmation from downstairs. Cortez Radama was the try scorer there, so a great individual effort from Cortez.
Thanks for that, Mike. I forgot that you're still mic'd up down to the bottom. So 13-0, Otorohanga are leading. And of course, last week though, it was the other way around. Fraser Tech were leading 14-0 in the early stages. Actually, I thought you might have been refereeing that, but no, you was.
No, I wasn't. Sorry.
You were sitting watching the Hautapu Melbourne game.
I was watching the live feed. Yep.
Oh, Fraser Tech won it off the kick-off, off a knock-on. Yeah, that was the reason why I looked at you there, Mike, and then went, no. I saw the photo of your setup down the Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, no, over in Whakatane last weekend, which was nice. Another cracking day over there, and it's always good with a live feed. You can always check out the rugby for a little bit, and that was a great game too, wasn't it? Hautap Melbourne.
Hautapu just managed to pull away in that second half with some class.
Yeah.
But with the Otorohanga Tech game, Tech went out 14-0. And then I think it was 21-7 again. And then Otorohanga just stayed in it.
Yeah, as they always do.
Our cameraman Brad just said it was just a brilliant game. He's the one that films Tech's games, and Otorohanga just wouldn't die. So they won that one 31-26 last week.
Oh, big scrum from Otorohanga.
Got a scrum, yeah. And look at Cortez Radama celebrate it as halfback. It's pretty obvious, Mike, that there's going to be a penalty, wasn't there? Because Fraser Tech had popped pretty quick.
Yeah, I think Otorohanga just got a good shove on there and got Fraser Tech under pressure.
It's amazing how much ball you can have in a game of rugby if your forwards are going forward. And now, Rocky Willison finds touch, a couple of metres still inside their own territory. They won't mind though, keeping ball in hand. Starved Fraser Tech of it at the moment. Oh no, Fraser Tech have won the line out now. Scrappy ball.
Good carry.
It's a great carry there from Terry Pongi. Comes right to Bunce now. Yeah, and to Cook Savage, who doesn't seem to be wearing a headgear today. And I think there was a bit of a chip through, wasn't it? And,
attempted grubber kick through, and number 11 from Otorohanga there's just put his foot out and stopped that.
Got the old shin in the way. Down to the back does go Fraser Tech. And now it's Jenkinson out to Harrison. It was pretty flat, that ball. No, it was forward. I said flat because I didn't think Josh Ball had seen that, but no, it was definitely forward, that pass. My name's Bevin Jenkinson. Great to have you wherever you are tuned in. Let us know. It's great. I am keeping an eye on the cameras, on the comments. Michael Winter and comments as well. And Mike, are you busy this afternoon as well? Are you on the sheet for the third game?
Yeah, I'm down to help out Grant in that game as one of the ARs. So me and Ben Willerton, who's on this game, is doubling up. And I'll go down and help them out.
Thanks for jumping in commentary though.
No worries.
Beforehand. As Ratima's got it. Now there's a bit of a juggle, they've knocked it on. Sonny Ramaway. So untie that tongue. It's knocked it on there.
Fraser Tech, I think, just need to build some phases. They just need to get the ball, build some phases, build some confidence. Because when they've had the ball for the few phases, they're looking alright.
And I think the only way they're going to do that, and it's not really Fraser Tech's style, but is to slow the ball down.
Yeah, they like playing quicker.
Otorohanga are playing it quick.
Yeah.
When you're playing behind the 8 ball, slow it down, get your phases set, get some momentum going with ball in hand,
Yeah.
and then go at the pace you want.
Yeah. Yeah, Fraser Tech are very much a tempo side. Good solid scrum this time from
Yeah,
Tech.
it's holding both sides. There for Harrison, gives it off to Terry Pongi, and it's another forward pass. Second one in 3 minutes. Just not coming out of the hand quite right there, Mike.
No, it's too flat, I think. And, okay.
Thanks for the message, Mike, about Stacey Daniel. We originally had the wrong team lists, and now we do have Stacey Daniel at 14. But no, do appreciate you coming and telling us that. Otorohanga 5 metres inside their own half of the scrum. A good scrum, couple of attempts ago, but it's being held. Now it comes left hand side as Ramawai gets a loose one on his foot. Tries to shrug off Terry Pongi, but he can't. I've gone backwards a little bit at the moment.
Here's
and
a go.
Fraser Tech have turned this ball over.
Hugo Nankiville again.
Nankiville with his second of the match. Being spun out there now
Gone
to
wide.
Valence Safari. 2 metres inside the 22. Now it's Nankiville again. He can't let his legs go because they'll keep working all day. And a couple of metres are still inside the Otorohanga's 22. Oh, Jenkinson's been met by a couple of strong Otorohanga tacklers. And they're going backwards now, Tech. And it's been intercepted. Loose ball. And I think who might end up with this one is going to be Otorohanga. Double knock on. Those passes just seem to be too hard at the moment, Mike.
Yeah, which is weird because it's such a cracking day. You know, it's so dry down there. The field's in great nick. Yeah, they just chucked them a bit too hard, I think.
The only complaint I have about this day is the temperature could be turned up a couple of degrees.
It does get a little bit chilly inside here. We're obviously under the grandstand in the shade, so it does get a bit cool.
Can't complain when it's -2 tonight, I think, for Hamilton.
No. So interested to see what Otorohanga do here. I reckon whether they look to clear or if they try to have a bit of a run from their own end. What do you
I think
reckon?
the way they've been playing, keep it in hand and run.
Yeah, I think so.
They've made a couple of good line breaks. Test this defence from Fraser Tech, which in the last couple of weeks has been pretty good from what I've seen.
Another good scrum.
Yeah, good scrum here from Otorohanga. Out to Willison.
Yeah, and they've gone wide.
And spun out the back. Out to Stacey Daniel. I've got one right today. Count that. Now it's Clapcott making a couple of metres. Still on their own 22. Now through for Ted Taroa. And I think they might just have to clear this now through Willison. They do. Finds to Pye Quick Savage. Now out to Matt Lansdowne. And a good step out of the tackle there. And can Tech just hold on to the ball at the moment. 7 metres inside their own territory. Peniasi Ioane, 200th game a couple of weeks ago against Morrinsville. Now it's through for George Dyer, the Fraser Tech co-captain. Jenkinson finding Ioane. And a bit of a high shot on Harrison, but Josh Bull saying carry on. And no, he will blow a penalty this time.
Oh, here's a go.
And Dickinson goes quick. Couple of give and goes, but no, there's been a knock on there from Chanel Singh. Pass just did not need it to come there.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Tech's attitude there and trying to maintain that up tempo, but I'm just wondering when you're 13 points down and what's your biggest game of the season so far, are you better just to plug the corners with one of those good kicks and look to use your line out more and drive?
Actually, Bo Hamilton's playing 10, not Credence Harrison, thanks to Brad for telling me that. That was a late call as Liam Kinsfobin got scratched out. And all gone down the near side. Bill tells them to use it. Now there for Collier.
Another good carry.
Willison now trying to find some meters. There for Cook Savage.
Jordan Bunce. No, it's Jordan Bunce.
Jordan Bunce, it is. Yep. Up towards the halfway line.
Good carry. Here's a go. Numbers down the short
Oh, they've
side.
got numbers right hand side. As Singh shows and goes. It's still going. Up onto the 22. Now Hamilton finding some small numbers in the back line. And he's got an advantage now. Under penalty advantage does Fraser Tech. And that's what they'll come back to. And I think that's 5 not offside.
Yeah,
Otorohanga. Anthony Wise, the man caught there.
Fraser Tech are going to plug the corner. Look to use their line out drive. Something that they are very good at.
Yeah, well, you know, second round they played Hamilton Old Boys behind us here at Fred Jones Park, and Old Boys gave them a lesson on how to use the ball in the forwards. I think they've learnt that. As the ball goes down towards the back, and move it into the maul.
Here we go.
It's going crabbing sideways a little bit. It appears to still be up as a couple of Otorohanga players are going down, and
Ball's there at
there's
the back.
Jenkinson's there. It's away, and it's a try! He's got there in the end. And it's Jordan Bunce who's got in there. And it was quite good ball movement from the back of the maul there, Mike.
Yeah, very good. They are very accurate with their maul from those line outs. So it was just a matter of time, I think, until they actually got one right and they managed to get across the line.
Thank you to Brad. That was actually Terry Pongy that scored. I was pretty sure I saw 13 on his back, not 12.
Yeah, numbers are hard to read, eh?
Well, when you've got a
We're
white
gonna-
strip
Yeah, exactly.
in white numbers, it's not that easy from a distance.
So I think that was definitely a smart option by Fraser Tech to plug the corner, compared to a couple of minutes earlier where they had that quick tap and run. They really get to utilise their strength with that line out maul.
So Cook Savage with the conversion attempt, and just to the right. Unfortunate. Score stays 13-5. 8.5 minutes to go. And that try, Mike, could just make things a little bit interesting going into half-time.
Yeah, I think so. I think Fraser Tech just need to get some confidence from that, keep maintaining possession, building those phases, look to use their strengths, and they'll definitely stay in this game.
Good afternoon to Daniel Jenkinson who's watching. Hope you're well, Sinky. He'll be involved in the next match, Hautapi versus Melville, coming up at 3 o'clock.
Isn't he meant to be playing soon?
The thing. Oh no, Fraser Tech have knocked the kick-off on. It's a mistake from kick-off, and when you've just finally managed to score a try, you knock it on 10 metres out. Simon Humble, I think he's done the old mistake of looking up before catching the ball. That's probably 10-year-old rugby, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not ideal way to restart after you've just scored a try.
So, feed now from Cortez Ratama on the 15 metre line. 15 in from touch. About 10 metres out from the line. Left hand side. Otorohanga have set up right. Everyone out right. Scrum's held. It's come out to Sonny Ramaway.
Good carry in midfield. Good strong carry.
5 metre line.
I think Tech have won it though.
Tech have. Look as though they might have turned this over. They have. Yes, they. Now it comes out. They're going to run this. And being caught. Yes. Oh, it's well done that Otorohanga player for realising that player was about to go past the vertical. Horizontal. Jenkinson getting some forwards in. Looking to clear the ball out. Back there for Lansdowne. Hasn't found touch. It's amazing how many general play kicks inside the 22 aren't finding touch at the moment. Otorohanga on the 10 metre line. Wide out there to Douglas Clapcott. And they're finding some big metres back inside the 22 goes to Otorohanga. So Fraser Tech player down at the moment in back play. Otorohanga are under advantage as well. And they've knocked it on, so they'll come back to the penalty. What's the call there, Mike? Another offside, is it?
High tackle, I think.
High tackle. How was that play?
And he's called time off for something as well.
So the Tech players got up, and Josh Ball just having a talk to a couple of the Fraser Tech players. And when you're in the red zone, you've got to be very careful, Mike. About your penalties.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be conceding too many, and especially in games like this where it's all about just ticking over the scoreboard. There's an offside penalty there, I think, so based on what Josh has just shown. Started well, I think. Well, I can't really say started. It's been going for 35 minutes, but Josh, I think, is going really well, managing the offside lines. A couple of penalties, but that's the player's thing. So he's getting in there and looking to manage those offside lines. He's getting it nice and tight, telling the players to roll away and not to use their hands. So there can't be any argument from the players who are not understanding what they can and cannot do.
Well, the one thing I'm liking about him too is that all the way up here we can hear quite clearly when he's saying roll away, release the ball, tackled.
Yeah.
You know, his calls are nice and clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Ricky Willison with the penalty attempt, I don't blame Otorohanga going for the 3 points here. Just under 5 minutes to go. Second half. First half. Day's already been that long. Feels like we've already had 2 halves, but it's definitely only first half. Willison successful. Otorohanga 16, Fraser Tech 5. Don't forget that at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Hautapu taking on Melville here at FMG Stadium, Waikato, the second semi-final to decide who takes on for the Waikato Breweries Shield final next week, we hope. Also, if you are wondering about community rugby, decision will be made during the week. I understand, Mike, you would be more in the know being in the union?
Yep. Yeah, that's my understanding. As clubs are definitely going to have this week to prepare under level 2 lockdown COVID restrictions. So they've got, obviously, the New Zealand Rugby have provided return to play protocols, and obviously there's the New Zealand Government Ministry of Health guidelines as well. So,
well, there's a call for being carried back, and Josh Bowles told Nico Fox it definitely was. As Tapia Cook Savage takes it up to the line out. And sitting on the 22 metre line. So Tonga with the throw, and it's just gone over the back. Clapcott tidies up. Comes right hand side foot. Willison, and big raking kick there from Collier. Down to the back. And Fraser Tech are going to return the up and under. And good chase here, but Willison with nice hands in the leap.
Good take.
Up. Here's Radama with a ball down deep. Down towards the 22. And return kicks. Bit of force back at the moment. As Clapcott takes it, finds Collier. And there's an advantage being played Otorohanga's way. Therefore, Tony Snowden, on our left hand side, is Tauroa being caught in a tackle there. And still in the small numbers is Josh Coffin taking it up. Now coming out right to Ramaway.
And he breaks the tackle
break.
too.
Oh no, he's given the pass away at the wrong time. But
Unlucky.
thankfully for him, under a penalty advantage. And Josh Ball deciding time off. Double pump. I thought too he was going to make a good break there, but Fraser Tech defence just managing to hold on to the coattails.
Yeah, they're lucky there because I think if that offload goes to hand, you could nearly say Otorohanga in the money there.
Oh, they were. And to go up 21-5 at half time.
Be a big ask.
Be a big ask for Fraser Tech to come back. Semi-final rugby. I think Otorohanga, the way they're playing at the moment, might just plug the corner here. Are they? No, they're not. They're going to go for the 3. Just taking the scoreboard over, Mike.
Yeah, again, keep taking the scoreboard over. Just taking the points while they can, and Rocky's been striking it pretty well, so it's a good chance this is going to
Well, this would also make it a
tally.
2 converted try margin.
Yeah.
14 point margin going into half time in a semi-final. Definitely not game over, but taking an exceptional second half performance.
Yeah.
One that Fraser Tech definitely could do. So Wilson, 36 metres out, 5 metres to the left-hand uprights. Still no wind about here at FMG Stadium, Waikato. Comes back, kicks it. And just under, sneaks under. Fraser Tech have got it from their own posts, and they're going to force it now and take the 22.
Just want to apologise to all the supporters down in Otorohanga. Just as I say, he's been striking it well. He kicks it short, and then Fraser Tech have gone and put one out on the full themselves.
Oh, straight from the 22. That's two restarts, Mike, from Fraser Tech. That they have not done what they needed to.
Yeah, and it's just execution. It's just execution of, as the hooter goes, execution of such a, what you would think is a basic skill for players of this calibre.
So when the ball goes out from...
What I'm loving is see Teddy's just run straight over to where Josh is. Ted wants a scrum.
We want a scrum, eh? Ted's like, follow me.
Ted's there saying, come on Josh, hurry up, let's have a scrum.
It's half time, let's not mess around.
There he is, look at him.
I think actually you almost beat Josh to the mark.
Yeah. Interesting setup for Otorohanga. Got 2 directly behind the scrum and 2 to the right and then 2 to the left. So it's going to be interesting to see what way.
Yeah, it's Willison and Ramaway that's sitting in the pocket. It looks as though they're going to go left. That's weird.
Good solid scrum though.
It is. Willison now with the ball.
And all the
shows and goes.
Backs are offside.
There's an advantage being played Otorohanga's way. Now sending Ramaway. So Clapcott that's making a break now. Otorohanga bench is pretty buoyed up. Ted Tauroa making a run. Now it's coming right hand side. Collier with it. Can't
tackle.
find a gap there.
Good tackle.
When you've got a sevens player like that running at you, you've got to make sure the tackles count. Ted Toro, he gives it away to Clapcott. It's on the 5 metre line.
There's Ted. Get in there.
Here's Ted now. I'm sure the supporters down at Island Reserve will be cheering every time he gets the ball. Just short of the try line now is Otorohanga. And they
Must
not
be close.
just short. As there's another pick up. Of course, you can't score against the posts anymore. Now it goes right there with big numbers. But where's the ball going to land? I think he's knocked it on. He has. But they'll come back. There's a penalty advantage.
It's gone back to the scrum advantage for offside backs. And another chat to the Tech captain, by the looks of it. Thanks, big decent.
And we'll just have a talk. Josh Bull, it's another time that has been that Fraser Tech have had a player called over, and it's a yellow card. Do you know who it is, Mike?
I think it's number 10, Bo Hamilton.
I think it might be Bo Hamilton that's been yellow carded there.
Yeah, it is. So I think that's going to be for repeated infringements offside by Fraser Tech. So they've already been spoken to a couple of times for their penalties in this end of the field, and obviously one too many for the liking of Josh. And they're going to have to play the first probably 9 minutes of the second half with only 14 players.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Otorohanga have gone for a scrum here though. The scrum's been pretty good in the game so far.
Up wide too, aren't they? It's going to be tough to defend 20 odd metres out from your goal line.
But they, to turn down points here, bang on half time, and to take the 2 converted try lead, you've got to convert these points. Got to convert this opportunity. Scrum has gone down, but Bull says use it. It comes right hand side to Collier. There's a little overlap. Can Collier find a gap? No, he can't. Brought down 7 metres short of the try line. Otorohanga looking tight. Clapcott with it now.
Defended that well, I think.
Yeah, they have been able to hold on quite well. Still going left now. Willison.
Another advantage for an offside.
Tiamu Wilwa. Clapcott in another run. Otorohanga bench saying it is a penalty.
I'd imagine you'll see them take the points this time.
No, there's a quick tap and go, but he's off the mark. I think he knew it too. Josh Bull going back another 5 odd metres. Equally get about. There's a man trying to take that tap.
You're going to tap it, I reckon.
There's a tap and pass.
It's
ET. 8 metres short of the try line. Comes right to Willison. And Sonny ran away. Takes a couple of players with him. And Fraser Tech have ended up with it. Stolen it out of the ruck. Otorohanga not getting their numbers. Ball's gone out loose. Fraser Tech is trying to run this inside the 22. If I was there, I'd be kicking this out. There's an advantage being played, and as a penalty. Is that leaving the feet again, Mike?
Yeah, off their feet again. Otorohanga just a bit too keen to get the ball back. Be interesting to see if Fraser Tech just tap this and kick it out for half time. And that's what they've done.
Yep, given it a tap, kicked it out, and it's half time here at FMG Stadium, Waikato. It is Otorohanga 16, Fraser Tech 5. Tune back in about 5 minutes. We'll have the second half of Premier A semi-final number 1. Of course, don't forget, coming up at 3 o'clock, semi-final number 2 between Hautapu and Melville. So welcome back, second half. My name's Bevin, Jenkinson, great to have you. Wherever you are tuning in, Fraser Tech Club Rooms, Otorohanga Sport Club Rooms, I know are tuned in. And Josh Bulls says time on. And of course, Fraser Tech are man down for the first 7.5 minutes of the second half. And Dylan Collier just settles things down. It's kicked there from DJ as he's known. 5 metres inside the Fraser Tech's half. Tongia with the throw. Last one of the second half was a bit wobbly down the back, and a couple of those already in this game. Let's see if Fraser Tech can win it. They can this time. And it's been tidied up as Mike Winter jumps back in the comment seat. Thanks again, Mike. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, mate, I've caught you mid-chew. Yeah. Left-hand side for Fraser Tech. It's Valence Tafari with the ball, and he's been bundled into touch. And Fraser Tech will have the line out. Tongia with another throw. Ball telling a few of the Fraser Tech forwards, Otorohanga have won this. The ball is bouncing all over the place at the moment.
What a freakish offload.
It could have gone anywhere, that one. But Tech have won it back. Right hand side now for Lansdowne. Does love his short runs. Short fast runs there. Just Matty Lansdowne. And there's been a knock on. Have you finished your chew, Mike?
Yeah, I am, sorry. Yeah,
No, that's my fault.
That was the quickest lunch break. That was a short half time.
It was a very, very quick 5 minutes. Can forgive Josh if he wanted to blow it at 4:59 though.
Yeah.
We'll let him off.
No, he's going well, Josh. Speaking of referees, I'm just going to give our referees sponsors a little plug for the year. And if it wasn't for our referee sponsors, our members that are out there every Saturday morning volunteering their time wouldn't be able to operate as well as they do. So massive thank you to Gallagher's, Optimo, our AR flags, Kukri, obviously our clothing suppliers.
Great
Grassroots,
clothing,
yeah, it is very good. Obviously Grassroots Trust, they help out rugby across the community, so they do a great job, and Total Health Limited. So shout out to those guys and very appreciate their support of the WRU.
Great help to get the referees out on the field. 5 minutes short of the 22 is Otorohanga. And they're still as though they're going to win it. And now comes out to Willison. And caught midway, 10 metre line, 22. Now it's through some of the smaller numbers. Now there for Phil Lord. And Namarina Kopa being tackled. Is Hiti. 2 metres short of the 22. Left hand side there for
Big number.
CSU. There's an overlap. And it's another try for Otorohanga.
Another good
And
try too, Bev.
There's a brilliant try, Brad. Number there, mate? 11. It was number 11, Ipali Gunnaval, that scored that one. Very similar to their first try, Mike. Ball beating man every time.
Yeah, they just seem to have more numbers out wide than Fraser Tech. So I'm not sure what happened to the Fraser Tech defenders there, but again, just good vision from the Otorohanga inside backs and get the ball wide. And
Well, Fraser Tech were lucky just on stroke of half time, weren't they? There was numbers wide, and all Otorohanga had to do was pass it, but the pass was a bit wild.
yeah, just a little bit wobbly, wasn't it?
And that's what saved Otorohanga in the end there. Didn't this time, though.
No, unfortunately for Fraser Tech, Otorohanga's execution was a little bit better this time around, and definitely going to go in for 5 points. Reserve comment on the kick this time. I don't want to jinx old poor Rikey down there.
I think I mentioned to you the first time you commentated with me, Mike, that you can't call yourself a true commentator if you haven't done the curse.
Yeah, well.
So you definitely can now.
Yeah, and I can only last a game and a bit.
10 metres in from touch, right left hand side, just outside the 22 for Willison. kicks it, and off the posts and in and through, just because Mike Winter didn't call it this time.
Good kick.
It's over. 23-5. Otorohanga are leading in the first semi-final. I'd like to know, Mike, how did you know I drank Coke? No, that's because we had this conversation on that Wednesday night. I think that's right, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I had to buy you a Coke last time.
Yeah, that's right, yep. I don't mind a bit of Coke.
Everyone that knows me pretty well knows I'm generally quite tight with the old wallet.
Oh,
so I remember when I have to splash out.
I'm sure you'll remind me next time.
yeah.
Right him up. Goes up with the high up and under. Chase coming through from Stacey Daniel.
Good tackle
It was a
too.
good take. And there's a penalty advantage coming. Not rolling is the call.
Tech really need to get back into the game here. Build some phases, maintain position. They definitely have to be the next team to score. I don't like using those blooming cliches, but
That's
they definitely have to be the next
page
team
one
to
of
score.
cliches, that one, but yeah, they definitely
And they
do.
probably want to be this team after that to score as well if they want to get close. So I'd be interested to see how they play from the next 35 minutes, I think.
Yep, it's going to be an interesting game. Do stay with us. And they'll come back for a penalty. Advantage. And it's actually in from the side there is the call. Of course, every referee has their own signals, Mike.
Yeah.
It looked originally like it was not rolling away, but no, it got it in the end. It was in from the side.
Big line out for Fraser Tech, I think. About 21 metres out.
Well, Tonga's had a couple of wobbly ones, but when they've come right from, they've definitely been on the spot. So,
Yeah.
what can Otorohanga do though to disrupt? It's going to go to 4. No, Otorohanga can't though. Now it's into a maul. So Fraser Tech scored their first try, but that was a lot closer than here, just inside the 22.
Yeah, it's going to be a long maul. And Otorohanga looked like they defended it relatively well to start with.
Still in the back there though, as it goes to ground, 5 metres inside. Now Ioane with it, 203 games, what a massive record that is for any club or any sport really. Someone to play 200 games for one club.
Yeah, massive achievement, eh? That's great.
Great man too.
Yeah.
There's Tech still with it, it's just a pick and go. And a bit of a groan from somebody, pretty loud, but play on was the call. And Otorohanga's defence is just staunch at the moment. I think he's just going to have to go right, Fraser Tech through the backs, but no, still keeping it in tight.
Yeah. Here we go.
Now they go through the backs, Lansdowne out there, right hand side to Pai Cook Savage. He likes his chips up and over, and it's out in the full by the look of it.
Looks like it.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. I actually thought Otorohanga might have taken the mark inside, but I don't think they'll mind the line out too much.
No. Mind you, they've had a couple of wobbly ones themselves, so they're going to want to maintain position here and look to get out of their red zone.
Oh, that was a bit wobbly.
Oh.
It was straight, Mike, but it was straight down their own line, that one. Great to have people over the ditch, the western island of New Zealand and Australia, tuning in.
What do you reckon? People online, mostly Otorohanga supporters, you think? From what you've seen?
I think from what I've seen, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, blue
I know
and
in a
gold.
couple of other times when I've done Fraser Tech, they've been pretty quiet in the comments.
Yeah. Well, Odo supporter from Perth. Les Gale,
Polly Sanaki tuning in from Fiji,
Fiji.
but that's an Otorohanga supporter
Yeah.
as well. Tyler Simpson saying, wishing Valence Tafari would hurry up and score a try.
Yeah. Should we just yell out to him and tell him? Or he's too far away.
Yeah, I've got a big voice, Mike, but I don't have that big, mate.
I don't think balance is on anymore.
No, actually, that looks to me like
Looks
Clemens
like
Harrison on the left-hand wing.
I think they've gone and put a sneaky little sub in there, one of those conversions.
Tech have got the ball, and they're making
Good
some
guy,
metres up
Ford.
towards the 5 metre line.
Who's that?
And there's another one-off runner, just short.
George
And
Dyer's
now
going to go close.
Dyer's, it's a great tackle on him.
Yeah, good deep.
And I'll go one off again. But Otorohanga's defence is holding at the moment. Right hand side now Lansdowne in close. He played 50 games a couple of weeks ago. Fraser Tech. Now it's there for Peter Neely.
Numbers.
There's numbers right. And
Still
it's
got
still
numbers.
loose.
Still got numbers.
Still got numbers. Needs to give it. Does. And I tell you what, we're going to have to double check this. Timer's off. Nico Fox has got his flag up. Josh Bull just wants to go and have a talk. Well, Tapia Cook Savage has been rolled into touch. So they'll come back to the penalty advantage.
Offside.
It's an offside call. Normally in situations like that, Mike, you'd have your money on Tapia scoring. But Otorohanga defence being quite sound at the moment.
Yeah, well, Otorohanga scrambled very well there, but at the same time, Fraser Tech gave Otorohanga the best possible chance to scramble there, with a few passes going on the ground.
Fraser Tech were returning the favour that Otorohanga did before the half-time break.
Massive scrum now, I think. By the looks of it, Fraser Tech are back to their full complement, eh?
Yeah, well, the timeout on the on my clock anyway is that the yellow card was up.
2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, they're back.
Yep. Only a try that Otorohanga managed to get in the 10 minutes that Fraser Tech were down a player. Strum's holding from Fraser Tech, which is good to see. They've been having some troubles. Now it's left-hand side, and over he goes. It is Terry Pongi. It is Terry Pongi. Pongi scoring his second. And that was more about brute strength there, Mike.
Yeah, just a great short ball, wasn't it?
Yep.
And just busted through that gap. And a bit of urgency getting back to halfway for the Fraser Tech lads. They know that they're still 13 down. Definitely not out of it. You know, get this kick over. They're within a couple of tries now, but we'll see what happens.
Certainly showing that it is worthy of a semi-final. Don't forget, coming up at 3 o'clock we'll be on a news stream. Don't go too far. As Tapia Cook Savage lines this one up. We've got Hautapu taking on Melville. It's the semi-final number 2. As Cook Savage strikes it pretty cleanly and away to the left. Oh. As there's 13 minutes gone, second half. As I just restart the time, thanks to that, guys, in the comments to let me know I can start at the time. Multitasking I can do from time to time, but there's the odd time, Mike, that men show that the fear of sex might be right occasionally.
No comment.
I said might be, I didn't confirm, I won't confirm or deny. As Fraser Tech runs it towards the 22 from the restart. And still going left hand side, but Fraser Tech keeping ball in hand. It's a bit of a loose pass, but picked up there.
That looks like Valence Tefati right there.
Yeah, maybe Tefati's not playing on the left wing anymore.
No. It's definitely.
I found it quite odd because
there
was obviously there was no injury to me. You know,
number 11 is still there.
So making some good meters now is Chanel Singh.
Fraser Tech will be definitely happy with this improvement since the try.
Well, they're certainly playing with that encouragement and intensity that made them crash over in the end. Goes back right now. Seems to be picking up a few of these carries. Lansdowne to Ioane. Still just inside their own half is Fraser Tech. Now Lansdowne again. He might be playing 10 now. Back to his preferred position. And there's a penalty. Otorohanga. And Mike, what was that call?
Not releasing based on those.
Yeah.
Hand signals from Josh.
It is funny actually when you used to, referees doing, being the one way, and then you get another that has a different way of using his arms.
Yeah.
But Fraser Tech had the ball, so I'm sure it probably was more likely to be no release. Great to have you wherever you are tuned in. Do let us know where you're watching from. I know Fraser Tech club rooms and Otorohanga Sports are in the club rooms respectively with, I'm sure, 100 people. Fraser Tech have won this against the throw. Now it's still inside their own 22. It's being brought out here. Out, making some meters.
Valensefari again, good line break.
And it's ball into touch. Fraser Tech are arguing. And what's Josh signalling there, Mike?
No, what I think he's saying is that the Otorohanga guys dragged the Fraser Tech player into touch. I'm not too sure. It's not out of the referee signals handbook, so he's trying to communicate as best as he could, I guess.
Pongi with it.
We've won another line out.
Another run, yeah. The line outs are working at the moment for Fraser Tech. And tips through. Oh, it's a loose ball, and Otorohanga have knocked it on. Things just aren't going their way at the moment.
On that note, Bev, I'm going to sign out. Thanks very much for having me. Really appreciate it.
No, cheers, Mike, and good luck for the first assistant refereeing in the second.
Big Vince Martin. He's going to take my seat, and he'll finish off the afternoon with you.
Cheers, Mike.
Cheers, Vincey.
And thanks, Paul Martin, for joining me back.
I'll just wipe all the bloomin' pie crusty.
Yeah, no, that's all him, mate. That's all Mike Winter.
A couple of bloody drinks here and all sorts.
Well, actually, to be honest, that could easily be me looking at what's across the desk at the moment. But no, half of it is his.
I've just been down on the sideline, Bevin, and there's a fair bit of chat and confidence coming from Otorohanga. Just trying to keep Fraser Tech.
Oh, that was not smart from Cortez Ratima. I think there's a yellow card coming here.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Lucky, because you're not allowed to kick around that ruck.
Well, yeah.
You? So lucky there.
And it was deliberate too. He stuck his foot out.
Just one of the things that we kind of, just to give a bit of background about Fraser Tech, they are a dogged club, and I have been on the receiving end of lots of last minute losses to Fraser Tech in my time for Hamilton Marist, but I've also had a couple of wins.
That, I'm sure.
No, I've had a couple of wins as well as in championships, but the dogged, just like all Waikato clubs, but especially Fraser Tech, they won't give up, and they'll just keep working away as they set up a line out.
Set it up. Yeah, well, they've already scored a try from this maul.
Greg Smith is one of the forwards coaches. He would have loved this. He loves the drive. And,
Fiji and Waikato legend.
Yeah, and he certainly set up with the throwing and all that. Corey Togia still on, I think, at the moment.
Corey Tongia, he's still on there. Yeah, I had that.
Oh, so going off the blind side. Here we go.
Right inside for Jenkinson.
Inside
it is.
Oh, it's a try. He puts the arm out.
It's a try. Cook Savage.
There it is. Caught napping. Otorohanga on the right, on the blind. Cortez Ratima went the wrong way. Was shoring up his right-hand side, and Fraser Tech coming back.
Yeah, well, that's a couple of times now, Vince, that Fraser Tech have caught them napping on the blind and gone right. There's no defence. And
Daniel Tech, just, former halfback, he'd be sitting there with his notebook.
I actually haven't seen or heard Daniel today. I'm amazed that.
He's quite laid back. He's been sitting on the hoardings there.
I can see Daniel down there.
He's got his water bottle. He's been well hydrated as Daniel.
Had a couple of conversations on the text line during the week actually with Daniel.
Brett Caden, one of the managers from Fraser Tech, he is very relaxed there on the sideline, as we have. Cook Savage.
It is Cook Savage
He's
with
taking a
conversion.
kick. It's going up, nice and strong. Has it got the legs?
So right again. So 3 unconverted tries for Fraser Tech. And it's an 8-ball game now. So it's outside a converted try. Even one of those conversions had been, if they'd been successful, you'd be looking at a converted try ball game. But Fraser Tech playing with some confidence now that they've scored 2 tries.
Yeah, 20 minutes to go.
It's 23-5, 5 minutes into the second half.
And now she's an 8-minute ball game. So Tech have to score at least a converted try and something on top to win this game.
They've been running it from the 22 a lot. It's successful. Lansdowne with it. Left hand side to
Villastafari
Tafari.
grinding it up there in the 22 in the safe zone now. Another
Making the
drop.
meters. Yep. Singh juggles it a little bit behind him.
Singh, he's been overseas, I think, for a while.
So Fraser Tech making some meters still. Now Lansdowne looking to play the territory game. Otorohanga have players back there, covered that quite well.
Ooh, a
And
little bit of
it's gonna be
grass on that
returned.
right side.
And
that's
it's a great touch finder, Paul Martin.
no, that was well played. It looked like he was just going to square it up in the middle. But caught the Fraser Tech. Who was the kicker?
I think that was Epiloi Gunnerville.
Yeah, he was just a bit out of position there. He was kind of more in the centre. And now it was a nice little nudge by Otorohanga.
Did the trick, and now Fraser Tech have got a defensive line out. 6 metres from their own try line. They've won it though, that's the main thing for them.
Yeah,
Jenkinson
bread and butter.
finds Ninkerville. And they're still deciding to run it from their own goal line.
Yeah, trying to give him some metres, I suppose, some angle for the kicker.
Otorohanga trying to turn it over, they can't. Jenkinson finds it now. Back to Singh.
Singh all the way from Morrinsville originally.
Lansdowne with the
age grade prospect in the day, been overseas somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe someone could send in
the old message.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was Japan or somewhere playing overseas, but might have even been an age grade New Zealand 20s player possibly back in the day. I haven't got my references here, but good to see him in there.
It's interesting this shade that we've got coming over from the Brian Perry stand here at FMG Stadium Waikato. When the ball goes up in that in these corners on the sideline, could be interesting.
Yeah, we saw that with Raglan earlier on. Pretty hard to. Oh, here we go.
As finally won one against on their own throw. Now it's Collier trying to wind up the legs, can't get through. Fraser Tech in there hunting though, and they've got it. On the halfway line, Jenkinson.
Charged down by the big number. Oh.
It's a penalty, yeah. Lucky for Fraser Tech there, Paul Martin, because Otorohanga, they were going to swing that momentum back pretty quick.
Yeah. Viliami, Siu was away. Not sure if he had the legs for a runaway.
I'm going to say a runaway for a number 16 is probably not sound the right call, but yep, no, I know what you mean. Oh, this kick it's a great one. It's a big kick inside the 22, and Fraser Tech will have a throw 10 metres from Otorohanga's line. Is Terry still on the field? Is Terry still on? That's Terry throwing though. Yep. So Terry Pongia, just checking that he is still on the field. Let's throw the ball into the line out. As ball goes to Ioane. Fraser Tech looking to maul. So doing quite strongly at the moment. And comes out now to Terry Pongi. And Singh on another sniping run from the ruck. 4 metres short of the try line. It is 15 and a half minutes to go in the game. Fraser Tech down by 8. Try now here would be brilliant. 23-5 they were down just after half time. Saw the try, they're over. Fraser Tech have scored. Otorohanga defence is looking pretty strong. How was that? Fraser Tech have scored and it's 23-20 kick to come. Is it Peter? I actually think it is Peter, eh? Peter? Just can't quite confirm who did score that try. But doesn't matter. Conversion successful. We've got a 1 point ball game. 23-22. Otorohanga are leading Fraser Tech. Just remember, folks, referee is a volunteer, is human after all. And we need them to keep the game going. It's their opinion that counts. So just please do keep your comments polite. Well, the Division 2 final we saw earlier was a 1 point ball game. 16-15. The Guzzlers got over to win their 7th title in Division 2. 7th consecutive one. 116 on the trot. It's a 1 point ball game here in the Premier A semi-finals. First semi-final of 2. Here's Jenkinson now just outside the 22. And being held up. But back there for Jenkinson. Now Lansdowne's shaping to kick, and he does. Going back there for Otorohanga is Stacey Daniel. Now it comes back to Canaval. And it's a knock on. Otorohanga have knocked it on their own 10-metre line. And momentum is just going all the Fraser Tech way at the moment. It's just about a repeat of last week where Fraser Tech went out early with a good lead and Otorohanga just came back.
Sorry about that, guys. Just been away for a bit. Just having a quick chat to Roger Randall next door.
Oh, Roger's round.
Yeah, Roger's just watching the game. His old club, Fraser Tech, and Rog came up through the ranks of coaching there, through the Colts into seniors. Did the groundwork in the coaching.
My story about Roger is that when they came back from 98 Kuala Lumpur, the first Commonwealth Games that the Sevens were played at, my brother got to hold Roger's gold medal, and I got to hold Bruce Reharness. So it was a moment, obviously, that still I still remember 22 years later.
So here we go. Chip kick in. So he's taking the mark.
He's taking it too.
The tap, he's going.
It's a tap there from Otorohanga. It's Tiamo Wilbur that's going back. Lansdowne throws it in. Breaking one. And now trying to send Collier back, but can't quite.
It's Roky Willison.
Yeah, now it's
Scooping
gone
to
Collier. And Collier with it, one of his
I'm not sure if
kicks
that's
as
the
well.
right one there, because
So, yeah,
no numbers here.
Lansdowne's got it over the top too. Over the top, but cleaned up there by Ratima. And Josh Ball calling release tackler. It's great when you've got a referee that can call that loud. You can hear him all the way up here. Left hand side for Otorohanga. They just can't quite make it out of their 22 just at the moment. Rocky Willison now finding some support.
Mariiti taking up the guts out wide.
He's got a good fan base, does Mariiti. Now, Hariiti, was that a couple of metres short of the 10-metre line, still inside their own territory. Ratima with a no look inside.
Little tip in there.
Yeah.
All going wide.
And now through with Otorohanga with the backs. There for Stacey Daniel. Good tackle on him from Valence Safari. And they're making some metres now. So Tamaki Kopa. Now it's Hariiti Hatit. He's had a couple of good runs today. Fraser Tech have turned it over. Might have knocked it on, but play on was the call.
Got scooped up. There was a bit of an ugly kind of maul there.
Yeah.
Held up there.
It is held up. But
and it was knocked on.
it's a knock on.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it looked like it might have been a touch over the ball there, because it looked a bit funny, didn't it? Didn't paint the picture there. It looked like the ball spat out, so knock on. And Josh Ball takes it back to a scrum. Otorohanga's ball.
Marcel Koenig,
Did you see it on the replay there?
Marcel Koenig, I do apologise. Liam Coombs-Fabling's actually been ruled out of the game
Yes.
earlier today, so he's actually not on the field at the moment.
No.
Sorry for Paul. What were you asking?
Oh, so there was an injury just before, a bit of a hamstring issue with Liam Coombs-Fabling, and so he's been replaced, and then Credence comes in.
Bo Hamilton's at 10 and Credence onto the bench.
Onto the bench, yeah.
So just under 10 minutes to go. It's an injury break. Thanks, Brad. One of these things I don't like on the live stream is showing injured players. So no thanks for not doing that.
Pan the beautiful sky of Hamilton.
It's a great day.
Right, get out there and the high rises, and you can almost see Esperongi over in the background.
It is out there
To the
somewhere.
right, to the right there,
Yeah.
and that way. That too. The hills of Raglan.
I can see you studied geography. It's probably at the same place as
I
I did,
I'm
Paul.
pointing, but I've just got a little bit of a
Yeah.
now
Lost your bearings a bit, just like I do most days.
Seddon Road looking down Seddon Road here.
Live in a great city, don't we, Paul? In Hamilton,
Absolutely.
FNG Stadium, Waikato. Here, 10-minute walk up the road. You're at Seddon Park. It's a fabulous cricket ground. Now, Radimer with the feed. Comes out a little bit loose, but finds Collier. Inside ball back there. And it's a good run. Just caught 10 metres short of the 22. Lifting inside to Coffin. Haven't seen him carry the ball too much today. Willison now finding Rama White. And oh no, he's knocked it on. And at the moment, Paul Martin, they just can't hang on to the ball like Otorohanga.
No, and I wonder if a bit of fatigue's coming in. And it looks
From the
like,
players or me?
no, a bit of fatigue from the players. Got a player down there. Let me just see who it is. Might be one of the forwards there. No, it's a back. They have a bit of a break. So we've only got about 9 minutes. Just under
Sucking
9
the deep
minutes.
ones.
Yeah. Big thanks for everyone tuning in.
It's great to see the numbers, Paul. Unfortunately, we don't have crowds here, but great to see people able to tune in on the live stream and watch.
Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be more watching the next game. The Melville and Hautapu supporters.
Yeah, don't forget that game coming up at 3 o'clock. It will be on another.
Well, we're just looking at Grant
Live
Stewart,
stream.
the referee for the next game. He's doing.
He's
his
still
paces.
warming up. He was
He's
warming up a while ago.
He got up to about 80% then. He's looking pretty good. Nice long strides, Grant Stewart.
Been around a while, and I know made it
Yes.
into the provincial referees levels as well a couple of years ago. Mike Winter and Larissa Collingwood in the refereeing squad for the Farah Palmer Cup this season. Of course, we do hope that that goes ahead
Great, isn't it?
as well for both of them.
And Larissa having her first Premier game. Was it last week? The weekend before?
2 weeks ago, yeah. So it's great to
So
see her coming.
congratulations to her.
I think she's on the
Premier
scoreboard today.
Senior Rugby for men's.
As Lansdowne with a kick downfield. And collected there by Otorohanga. With,
Here goes Waiki Willison, takes the ball up.
yeah, just sort of the
Cleaned out,
halfway
yeah.
line.
He's cleaning up with his counterpart, Te Mari Martin. who's got a league background. And
It's actually Tiamu Wilbur in 15. Yeah, no,
They've got a change.
there's been changes galore, Paul
Changes
Martin, that I
galore. Well, there you
haven't
go.
been able to update you with. So,
Oh my gosh, well, we're running on the hop here.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
okay,
there's a break.
apologies. Oh, here we
It
go.
is Wilbur that's with it. He's looking for some support. Finds Collier. Now it's out to Daniel. Daniel jigging and driving. 14 metres short. 4 metres short.
Oh,
Therefore, Hiriti hit it.
taking it in. It's nice and
Taking
slow.
it in 3 metres short. And now therefore, Clipcott.
Oh, this is where they live, Otorohanga. They love this grinding stuff up
Yeah,
there.
just 2 metres short.
Oh, little pop
And
it
it
oh.
is over!
Oh, that was set up by Cortez. Fatima, that's awesome. Awesome play. Just a little sneaky. Drew the defender, popped the big prop in place.
And I think you can hear the cheering going on.
That's
Obvious.
Ted Tahori. He's come off. He's for half game. He's still warming up, but that's him down on the dead ball line.
That's at the far end too. It's not even, you know.
He's got a big voice. He's trying to project it. There's no one else down here. So, oh, here we go. We got Jordan Farrington's just come back into the mock box here. He's just loosening up his voice pipes. He's going to be coming in with me in the next round, in the next game.
Yeah, I'll
Melbourne.
step aside and just keep hold of the
You
controls
can put your feet
there.
up. You can put your feet up and relax.
Well, no, because it's my baby, Paul. Can't be too relaxed. Something goes wrong, I've got to fix it, don't I?
That's right. You're going to go onto the camera? No, you're going to go on the. He's going to be doing technical operations.
Doing the technical operations, yep.
Yeah, fair enough too.
Like they call the water boys now, H2I, hydration specialist.
Water technician.
Water technician. The conversion successful. It's an 8-point ball game again. 6.5 to go. Don't go away, folks. This is going to be a cracker once again. It has been a great day wherever you are tuning in. Reglan unfortunately couldn't beat Hamilton Old Boys Guzzlers. They went down 16-15 in the Division 2 final. 3 o'clock we've got Hautapi versus Melville. And the ball's gone into touch from a restart. It's a bit scrappy stuff out there, Paul Martin.
Yeah, it looks like it's gone. Oh, he's just tipped off Otorohanga fingertips. Short line out, it's called. 4 in.
I'm loving some of the private messages that are coming through. I've been told I can't repeat one of them.
Okay. Anything interesting?
I'll tell you off here, Paul. Oh no, there's. What's the call here, Paul?
No, it was. They didn't shift. They didn't engage in the line out Otorohanga, so the ball was transferred back. So they call it a technical offside or truck and trailer. Yeah. So Fraser Tech. It looked like they were touching, but it's always a very tricky one and quite hard to do.
You know, it's one that they ruled a couple of years ago. Came into rule, didn't it? Into the clarification of the line-out maul.
So you can't move if you've got the ball. The jumper's got the ball at the front. He's all right. As soon as you shift it back to one and they start moving, then it's put in an offside position. Especially if Otorohanga don't engage on that line-out. So
just a reminder, folks, about the time you see on the screen. It is only a rough estimate. It is not a guaranteed Sky TV time. So we're always in the hand of the referee when it comes to that. Sits there for the Retama. Now it finds Willison. There's a couple of runners now. It's Daniel. Finds Wilbur. And 4 metres short of the halfway line. Otorohanga. Now Coper with it. Have to hit it. And not quite making much more metres now, but Remawai with it. He's had a couple of line breaks today. Now back to hit it. And they'll go left again. Now Willison, Collier, Wilbur. Tackled a couple of metres inside Fraser Tech's half. Some low passing going out there.
oh, sneaky go.
Oh, it is a sneaky go. It's Gunnavel with it.
Another
Run.
one. Trucking it up.
It's hit with another run. Get some mileage on him.
Oh, it's broken open.
Broken open a little bit there
Is that
from.
Wilson? Yeah, looks like
Yeah,
Wilson.
looks-
Muddy-Eaty's got the ball here. He's just going to truck it up the middle.
Is an advantage being
yeah.
played?
Knock
There's a
on.
knock on from Fraser Tech. Must have just got a hand in there. And Otorohanga just sticking to the one-off runners currently. And now it comes out to Ramawai again. There for E.T. He's just inching a little bit forward every time does Otorohanga. There's a player down in the backfield. Ramawai with it.
Just lost
Manages
his boot.
to find Snowden. Snowden making some metres. And comes out left. Hits it
Oh.
again. Goes into the big collision. And Willison shrugs off one. And he goes in underneath the post. And Paul Martin, the Otorohanga substitutes, love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Nice little battle there. Roiki Willison, young fella coming through, not that old, from Hamilton Boys High. Played all his junior rugby at Varsity Tahui in Hamilton here. Came up and he's been through the development, the Waikato development age group representatives programs. Great little offload to him and broken up. It's the tide's turned. I thought Fraser Tech were grinding and coming back, but
Well, that was a 1 point ball game, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then they've made some changes. Otorohanga, it's kind of really lifted the tempo, and there's cracks appearing. And this is going to take his own conversion.
Yeah, well, right out front. Great work there from the Otorohanga auto technician, making sure that his player and the referees well
over.
hydrated. Conversion successful. 37-22.
Just under 2 minutes to play. 1
Yeah.
minute, really.
It's looks as though Otorohanga will be going to the big dance next week.
The big dance, absolutely. So 2 country teams out there in amongst it next week, possibly.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say you're picking
Possibly.
next week's.
Because Melville might have a bit of a chance. It was a close game last week.
It was a very good game that you and I called.
Yeah, and Howard's have brought one of the big guns for their game. And there's been a few injuries on both sides, but we'll see. We'll see what comes up to it.
Yeah, this game's still got a little bit of time left though. Otorohanga will just hold on to the ball, but I tell you what, Fraser Tech have.
I think they'll have just enough time to have a scrum if they hold it up.
They have, and it'll be Fraser Tech ball.
Can they just give it one more nudge? Finish on a good note for their season.
Well, at full time, we will cut the live stream off, folks. Just need to do a couple of things offline to set up for the next game, because I've just seen that we've only got 20 minutes. So once the full time's gone, we will tune off so I can do that and get ready for the next one. Great that Jay has said that you can hear Ted loud and clear down the goal line. Anyway, Fraser Tech have got the ball through Jenkinson inside the 22. Can they score one just on full time? And there's a bit of a break coming here. And oh no, he's knocked it on, but they'll come back for a penalty. And dropping the bind in the scrum is the call. Man's down deciding to tip to the corner.
Finished on a good note. Get the bonus point.
Yeah, well, semi-finals, Paul. Probably bonus point doesn't.
It's a Kiwi way. You play all your season. It's a short season, so they're going to make most out of all of it. No, if they can win on a high note, that's a good thing.
Definitely. So they've won the line-out through Ioane. Brought up his 200th game for Fraser Tech earlier this season. They're mauling it. There's a penalty advantage coming for Fraser Tech as the maul is still moving forward. And they come back.
They'll go again.
And from the side is the call. And they tap and
go.
go
He's just going up
through Peter Neely. And
that looked like a dangerous jump. He almost jumped into it.
Yeah, it was quite an interesting one. Coming right-hand side.
Oh, good spot tackle there. Who was that? Collier coming up out of the line.
Nankiville. Going backwards at the moment is Fraser Tech.
Is it 2 for you?
Just lost the numbers as they'll come back for another penalty.
And this can happen in games of well over time. I've seen a game watch the game when it's gone 10 minutes because of penalties, penalty after penalty after penalty.
I think even
And
referee.
this is where it gets a little bit gnarly because you start losing yellow cards, and you don't want anything to be jeopardised for the next
week. No.
week. So.
And when there's good camera work being done by Brad, of course you don't want something being caught that that shouldn't be. Fraser Tech go quick. They're just a metre short. They're over the line, are they? Josh Bull is
Held
looking.
up.
Held up is the call. Josh
that's it.
Bull, he has rolled full time. And Fraser Tech have gone down here. Otorohanga have won this one well deservedly. 37-22. My name is Bevin Jenkinson. Thanks to Paul Martin and cameraman Brad for his work. Tune back very shortly. We will bring you the second semi-final here at FMG Stadium Waikato between Hautapu and Melville.